So it turns out that Kamaru Usman is deathly terrified of the GOAT. Belal remembered the name Muhammad. He doesn't want to fight him for some reason, and I think I know why. I think it has something to do with what he claims that he did on the podcast, which we have a clip of here, and I actually believe Belal. When it first came out that Belal said that he slapped Usman on his podcast and he bitched out and this and that, I was kind of thinking, all right, Belal, calm down. Hold your horses, Mr. Muhammad. Not sure if I believe that. But now Usman's like avoiding the fight against the number one contender. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say, if you're watching this video on the day of the upload, right, from the time of the upload, I will be going live in 3 hours' time to debate JDM versus Islam Makhachev. And if you're watching the next day, go and watch the live stream that we did yesterday for the debate JDM versus Islam Makhachev. It was a banger. I'm just predicting that it's going to be a banger. But we're not going to waste any more time. Someone asks Usman why he's not fighting Belal. He says, right now Belal's ranked number 1 and I'm below him. Exactly. That's kind of why you'd want to fight him, right? To take his ranking. I'm looking at the title. I have nothing to gain from fighting Belal Muhammad. He has all to gain. How does Belal Muhammad have all... I mean, we can get the rankings soon. But how does Belal Muhammad have everything to gain from fighting you, Usman? A guy that was on a... What was he on? Like a 3-fight skid? A 3-fight skid? 2-fight skid? Beats Joaquin. You know, not really a high-ranked guy, but on a bit overall, fair enough. It's a good win. But you're not getting a title shot after beating Joaquin Buckley. I'm not here to waste time. I want to get the title and continue on my track of defending. Basically, he doesn't want to risk fighting Belal Muhammad because he thinks maybe I won't get my shot because he might beat me. Let's listen to his response, though. It's so stupid. And this happened... This happened during like the Tomas Pinal Cyril Gane fight week, but the eye poke overshadowed this moment, and not a lot of people have talked about it. I've not seen a lot of people really fucking mention this. And I figured, welterweight title fight happening this weekend. Why not talk about the welterweight division? Usman's ducking Belal. Let's watch the clip, and we can react. I'll even full screen it. Let's listen.
My question is for Usman. So you and Belal Muhammad have had a lot of beef on social media. You guys did a lot of back and forth.
There we go.
You had a lot to say about him on your podcast. Why are you not getting in the octagon with him instead of Ian?
Well, we didn't have a lot of back and forth. It was just a lot coming from him. I just think he's a dork. And, you know, what you do with dork is you ignore them.
You think he's a dork? That's why you're ignoring him. All this fighting talk that he was giving to DDP about he's not even a real African. He's not a real African. All this trash talk he was giving to Leon Edwards in their build-up. You know, all the trash talk he was giving to fucking Colby Covington. And now Belal Muhammad slaps him on his podcast. And now it's like crickets. Like, if that is true and Belal slapped you on your podcast, that is like... is that not like the biggest reason to shit talk someone ever? You know, this guy slapped me on my podcast. He disrespected me. I'm going to show him who the fucking man is. She was like, I'm just going to ignore him. He's a dork. Come on, Usman. Come on, bro.
And this is a question. I like that question. This is the thing is, for someone like myself and Belal Muhammad, right now Belal Muhammad is ranked, what, number 1 in the division? And yep. I'm below him. I'm looking at the title.
You beat Joaquin Buckley. And again, we're going to look at your resume. Your past few fights. You're in a 1-fight win streak. You beat Joaquin Buckley. Okay. A guy that previous to you knocked out Colby Covington, who's a bum. I'm looking past the number 1. Does he not know? I think Leon Edwards head kicked him that hard that he forgot how the UFC works. I think he's genuinely forgotten how the rankings work, how you're supposed to earn title shots. This guy thinks, well, I've won a fight. I'm going to jump the queue. I'm going to jump the queue, guys. Like, no, what are you on about? What are you on about? I'm looking at the title. This guy's your ticket to the title. He's number 1 for... He's like, what is he, number 1? And I'm below him. Exactly. You clown. You're an utter clown.
I've been where he hasn't been. Yes, of course he's been a champion, but we saw what happened when it was time for you to defend. I have nothing to gain from fighting Belal Muhammad.
What universe is he living in? I have nothing to gain to fight Belal Muhammad. You will become number one contender. You'll be next in line for. You're not next in line for a title shot. You're not next in. The winner of Sean Brady, Michael Morales is. All right, they're next in line for a title shot. Carlos Prates, if he beats Leon Edwards, will be ahead of the queue. He'll be ahead of you to get a title shot. You beat Joaquin Buckley after losing I can't remember, was it 2 or 3 times? I can't even remember. But you're on a losing skid. You fought Joaquin Buckley. You beat him. It's a good win. And now you think you're going to surpass a Sean Brady if he beats if he fucking beats Michael Morales. If Michael Morales beats Sean Brady, you think you're going to jump ahead of him. If Leon Edwards fucking beats Prates, he's not going to get a title shot. But if Prates beats Leon Edwards, he jumps the queue above you. You have nothing to gain. This is the matchup where you could guarantee yourself the next title shot. What are you talking about? I don't understand. The only thing I can think of is that he doesn't want to get bitched by Belal, get fucking dominated for 5 rounds by Belal, because then people will say, oh, well, he bitched you on your podcast and he bitched you in the octagon. This makes no sense to me. Look at the ears wiggling. It makes no sense to me, guys.
He has all to gain. That's why he's the one calling me out. He has all to gain from me. I'm not here to waste time. I want to get the title, and I want to continue on my track of defending and being that champion again. Why waste time with him? If I have the title and he's the next guy, I would luckily kick his head in.
Why waste time with him? Oh, I don't know, Leon. Kamaru. Maybe because he's the number one contender, and you're not even in the... I'm pretty sure you're not in the top 5. I'll have to double check before I make that claim, but... Why would you waste your time? He's the number one contender, and we're going to look at what Belal said happened to his on the podcast, because I think this is the reason why Usman doesn't want to fight him, because he doesn't want to get bitched, and he doesn't want Belal in the build-up to bring up the fact that he slapped him on his podcast, and he did nothing. And he refused to bring it up, and he refused to release that episode of the podcast. I really do think that that Belal slapped him now. I wasn't sure at first, but now I'm pretty positive. Belal embarrassed Usman, and Usman doesn't want to get embarrassed by Belal in the cage. And I think it'd be quite a close fight, to be honest with you. I mean, if Usman comes in like how he looked against Joaquin, against Belal, then I think it could be anyone's fight. But I'd still probably I'd lean towards Belal still, but. God, I mean, he's the number one contender. But anyway, let's see what Belal says happened on the podcast, and we can react to that.
And I think there's more about the Usman. That's originally who you wanted.
Yeah, of course. That was the fight that made the most sense, right? We had our podcast where I slapped him, and you'd want to get your get back.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying earlier. Like, if there's grounds to shit talk, and to try and like get your revenge. He's against the guy that slapped you on your own show. Like that's just a no-brainer. If someone came on to No Bromo and slapped me, I'd probably want to fight them to get back at them. You know what I mean? It's common. It's just goes without saying. It's just weird.
But the fact that he didn't, he knows that the slap hurt him, and he knows that it's just a bad matchup for him. So for my mentality as a man, for somebody to slap you and you to say no.
On your own podcast.
Yeah, on your own podcast. And for you not to post it or talk about it, it just shows me what type of person you are. He's a coward. So I moved on. Ian Gary's been calling for it. He's been asking for it. So now let's see if he backs up that talk.
And now we are getting Belal versus Ian Gary, which is a great fight. Ian Gary knows what to do to get a title shot. You beat the number one contender, Usman. Who do you want to fight? You want to just go straight for the title? You just want to go straight for JDM or Makachev? And then you're going to sit out while Sean Brady gets his shot or Michael Morales does. And then maybe if Carlos Prates does. And maybe if Ian Gary does. They're all ahead of you. If Ian Gary beats Belal, he's next in line. If Sean Brady's next in line if he wins against Michael. If Michael beats Sean Brady, he's next in line. There's 3 guys. Or are you just going to sit out and wait until the champion maybe gets through those 3, and then it's you? You're going to be waiting like 2 fucking years, bro. 3 years maybe. It's just wild. And I mean, also look at the size of this man. Unrelated, but what in the fuck is he taking? Creatine. Creatine, my fucking asshole, Makachev. Anyway, I also did see that Makachev did actually call out Usman for a title fight if he wins the title, which I think is kind of crazy. I think Ali Abdelaziz is trying to get 2 of his guys in the title shot so he can make as much money as possible. Surprise, a fucking prize. But what do you guys think about this? I think Usman, man, he's a clown. He does nothing for me. I don't want to waste time, you know. Belal has everything to gain from fighting me. No, he doesn't. He just absolutely doesn't. And we're gonna have a look at the rankings of welterweight. So, okay, Usman's number 5. Fair enough, right? But you beat Joaquin Buckley, all right, in your previous fight. That doesn't get you a title shot, buddy. Belal's number 1. If you beat Belal, you're here. You're at the top of the pile. You're ahead of Sean Brady. If you beat Belal, you jump the queue. But you've got Sean Brady that's above you. If Ian Gary beats Belal, he's above you. If Morales beats Brady, he's above you. Who are you gonna fight? You think you're just gonna sit at number 5? By the way, under Leon Edwards, who's currently on a 2-fight skid. You think you're gonna get a title shot? And let's have a look at your record for your past few fights, alright? Alright, lost to Chimaev, lost to Leon. 3-fight skid. You beat Buckley via decision. Good win, because Buckley was on a bit of overrun. And you think that gets you a title shot? I think the Nigerian Nightmare is living in Dreamsville, if you know what I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think about this, though. I just think he's just completely delusional, and he's actually scared of Belal Muhammad. He's actually ducking him. He's legitimately That's the only thing I can think of. There's no way a guy who's ranked number 5, right, would say that fighting the number 1 contender does nothing for him. Kamaru's just going off his own name value. But I'm sorry, buddy. You're going to have to do a lot more than name value to get the next title shot, if you know what I'm saying. Like and subscribe, links are down below. Remember, live stream coming in 3 hours. Become a member. Join the Discord down below. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit.